Hot topics, knowledge being spread. It's like warm butter across the bread. Smooth, I know you like that. Flow with the grain and don't fight that. You want righteous love, you found the right match. With Marty McFly, they on the right track. Yeah, gotta dig the dirt to plant the seed. Spread roots till you sprout like a tree. Donnie Jones, she the one you wanna see. Donnie Jones Live, this is where you wanna be. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady hanging out with
that guy that you finally let back out the closet, Marty McFly. It just
okay,
seems like I ain't been around for a while.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just the person that had
you
to cut my
hair. You was never in the closet. Well,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you were in the closet.
Basically, I've been quarantined off the show. But anyway, no, it's been good. I've been actually enjoying some of the people that have been on the show. But before we get to all of that, how are you, man?
I am doing great. How are you doing, Marty McFly?
I am wonderful.
It's so good
Cannot
to see
complain. I need some fresh coffee before I put my lips on that one. So anyway, but no, Donnie, it's been a great, season. I have been, doing a lot more of the behind the scenes things.
And we love that.
And just trying to, upgrade and just trying to make sure everything is going good. So I missed everybody. That's why.
Well, we missed you too. And guess what? My ego ain't too big to say that. It's more interesting when he's here.
Sometimes, sometimes, because when I'm on the other side,
come on, Marty,
down
you and I both know.
Well,
we have great guests. We have great guests with soul things.
I love the guests because they're bringing so much more,
They bring the knowledge and some interesting subjects.
Not always
but the
good
fun
knowledge. Not always good knowledge, but they bring us some stuff. Because I've seen some people that we've had on that it's like, really, and I hope they ain't listening. We've had some great guests. We've been very blessed. Yes, but anyway, Donnie, how was life and how was everything?
Life is really, really good. I have been, working out, which we've talked about. I have been traveling.
Yes.
We talked about, and I will be traveling again in April, and I'm traveling again in May, and I'm traveling again in June.
Just rub it all
in. And you know what? It's just been good, because it seems like the world is getting back to normal.
It must be. I'm traveling, but just not that far. I'm going to downtown and going to maybe the outlet malls. That's my venturing travel.
Should we share with the community that your people, we had to pray for you a little bit for last week? Are we not going to do that? No? Okay, I guess not. Okay.
You can always pray for me. Okay, I had a touch of the records came out that I was tested positive for COVID.
Right.
Now, granted, I wasn't feeling the best.
Right.
And I slept a lot and all that.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful that.
And you're recovered now.
Yeah, and I'm recovered now. I got, the green light to pass. I'm negative. So, it did touch me a little bit.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it didn't really put me all the way down.
That's good.
And
that's good.
I did my vitamins and drank my water and all that kind of stuff. Excuse me.
As he's coughing. I know, right?
Excuse me.
But you also got a nice haircut. You got your eyebrows did. And
eyebrows did. Well, my barber, he cleans my face up, Look,
you got your eyebrows done.
I don't know about done, but I'm saying when I go to my barber and I say clean my face up, They do my mustache, my little goatee, and ain't nothing wrong with looking better. I'm saying if you've seen some of these brothers out there, it's like you need to.
It's none of my business.
You need to just wax your face. It's just so much.
Yeah.
But anyway, what's going on in the world?
Well, a lot of stuff is going on in the world right now. I been trying to stay away from politics, but I do have to ask your opinion about this because our president did mention that George Floyd has made more of an impact than Martin Luther King. And I just wanted to see how you felt about that.
Wait, don't. I see that one I did not hear and I did not see, and I hope that he did not.
He really said that. I thought it was a lie. I thought people were trying, because people do be dogging the dude. And I was like, that dude did not say that. He really did not say that. But yeah, he did. He did. He said that. So I just wanted to get your opinion about that. In fact, if you could start talking, that'll get me
that's one of those statements that, the former president, I remember when he said he made Juneteenth famous.
Yeah. Right.
It's sad that sometimes people are just misinformed and understand that, George Floyd, that was a tragic situation.
It was very tragic,
in that moment, in that time, and it did highlight a whole lot. Right. However, we ain't gonna have no holiday for George Floyd.
Exactly.
And see, George Floyd, it's kind of like, unfortunately, now some people gonna start talking about it.
Yes.
But certain people in history, they had an impact on history.
Yes.
But not necessarily their role for civil rights in history. Like for unfortunately, people gonna not like me when I say this, but Rosa Parks was not a part of the movement.
Wait a minute, whoa.
Let me finish. Let me?
Okay, I'm gonna let him
continue.
Finish.
She was a tired lady that day that didn't want to get up off her seat. Okay? Now here's the history behind it. She was not the first one.
Right, I knew she wasn't the first one.
She was the one that fit the image that the NAACP and Martin Luther King could say, hey, we can put this person on the media.
They were good. Right. She was good
because
for media.
Because the other one that did it, Claudia Clovan, who did it maybe I think a year or two before
she was a single mom.
Purposely. Yeah. But they said, well, she single mom, a little bit too attitudinal, had her own opinion. This ain't gonna play good in the media.
It wasn't the image that they wanted to put out there.
So this other lady who was just tired, now she's, they making songs and you lifted up, Rosa Parks and all this stuff. And I still love the lady.
Yeah, absolutely.
However, she doesn't, she's not bigger than Martin Luther King. Right. So when you see someone like George Floyd, who unfortunately, tragic accident brought a lot of awareness to police brutality, granted,
he did. He did. He really did.
Now, but he wasn't marching for freedom.
Right, he wasn't. But there you go, preach. This is what the exact quote is. Even Dr. King's assassination did not have the worldwide impact that George Floyd's death did, Biden claimed at the time.
Oh, okay. Time out. That I can understand and I can agree with. That see sometimes when people give you information, you gotta just put it on pause and read the whole context.
It did not have the worldwide impact.
I can understand. Now
I'm just nodding.
That I can understand.
Okay.
And I'll explain why.
Please do.
Not saying that one is more significant than the other.
Please help me.
When Martin Luther King was assassinated, they didn't have social media.
Now that is true.
They didn't have people in other countries protesting.
Correct.
Because they didn't have the social media.
I see what you're saying.
It wasn't so many people out there. Everybody, whites and blacks, weren't protesting, peaceful protesting.
But wait a minute, whites and black were part of the civil rights movement.
Right. But you're separating things.
Okay.
The civil rights movement is one thing.
Right.
The assassination is an isolated thing by itself. See,
I think that's kind of cherry picking.
But see, you can't say everything that Martin Luther King did, the marches and all everything. Granted, that was a major impact.
Right.
What Biden is saying, the actual assassination death, even though it was tragic and they did do riots and black, people did some riots.
Right.
That riot lasted for a week. George Floyd's lasted for months, and you had so many other people that kept going on with it, and we talking about it overseas and everything. Now, with George,
I'm gonna let you go with that one.
Yeah,
that's
so I can see that the awareness of what this man did, because everybody saw him being assassinated in the street
because of social media. We were able to share that image.
We were able to share that image, and it impacted so many people.
Absolutely, and it created a movement.
I
can see that, but I the way you just explained that. Mm-hmm. You've kind of made me think a little bit, because I was a little frustrated, but I'm always frustrated with him. I will be going in a different direction this next season, but I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I really can.
In that context, I don't think he's saying, George Floyd was more important than Martin Luther King. No, not that at all.
Right.
But the actual death,
right.
you know, it echoed so much louder, especially in this generation.
Right.
You know, and that's why I can see that argument. But you know what? But you said something just then.
What's that?
You said you're going in a different direction next year.
Yeah, I can't.
So what direction are you going?
I didn't expect for you to dig on that one because I'm not. Okay, put it like this. I'm not happy as a business person. As a business person, as a wife, as a mom, as African American, as just a human being in a capitalist country, I am not happy with the direction that our government is going right now. I'm not happy with the way they overstepped boundaries and impacted people's individual freedoms and stuff like that. So I don't know exactly who I am voting for, but it will not be Biden. So
you're not voting for Kamala at all this year? That's what you're saying, right? She's a part of that. I just want to make sure that we're accurate, you know, and just keep it 100. But here's the problem. I wonder what she thought about the Martin Luther King thing.
We don't know what she thought.
She ain't said nothing.
She ain't said nothing. So, but remember, I was the biggest Kamala fan before everything. You know, before the election, right at the last minute, when all of a sudden, out of some weird way, Biden was the front runner. I was a big fan.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, see, even sitting here with you, I have a hard time saying anything negative about her because she is the first African American woman. She's the first woman, period, to be vice president. So part of me is wondering maybe this is a strategy just to stay silent while he puts his foot in his mouth, but then that doesn't show strength to me. Maybe it's good strategy for whenever she wants to make her move, but then again, is it? Because so many people are saying what you just said. Okay, well, where's Kamala?
Well, you know
what is she doing?
I'm gonna give her credit, the benefit of the doubt, because when you are vice president, your role is not to overstep the president. Right. So what is she? Okay. Question. So what do you think she should be doing? She might be doing what she is supposed to be doing. Okay. You know, and because it's like this.
And that's why I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, because it's like this. And me and you have a really a strong two different aspects, but we say, okay, Donnie, this is what you decide to do. Meaning two different opinions. Two different points of view. Right. But we say as a company, this is what we're going. Right. When we're out in public, this is our message. Right. You know, whatever it is. Right. So she has to be supportive of that. Now, they might kind of clash in the back doors, like she wants to do more, but her role is to be supportive. Right. You know. Well, we're going to take a quick break. Yes. Maybe we can come back and kind of dive into that a little bit, or dive into something else that's going on in the world today. Yeah. But you're listening to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady. And I am that guy out of quarantine, Marty. Yes, out of quarantine. And we will be right back. You know, I want to talk about some health and fitness stuff. Okay, let's do that. Yep, absolutely. But you're listening to Donnie Jones Live with Donnie Jones and Marty McFly. We'll be right back. Yeah. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Hey guys, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. Check out Don's Tree Service online or at www.donstree.com.
Don's Tree Service.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Donnie Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DonnieJonesLive.com.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome back to Donnie Jones Live, where I am here talking to that guy, Marty McFly.
And you know, Donnie, every year around this time, a lot of people come up with these New Year's resolutions,
right,
or these new things, the new goals for the new year.
Yeah.
You know, and one of mine is, unfortunately, I'm trying to get fit.
Yeah.
You know, but I really don't know where to start.
Stop smoking is a good one.
Really?
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
like wow.
I'm messing with you. How about working out and eating healthy? What about that one?
That's so easy to say. You know, I'm just saying, okay, well, just start working out and eating healthy. But I'm saying,
but I struggle with that. Think about it. I've been on this journey for a while, and it's easy for me to say, okay, work out and eat healthy. But clearly, I have not reached my goals yet. So it's easy to say, but not necessarily easy to do.
Right.
You know? And I guess, but I'm working on it, y'all, and I have made progress. What is one of your goals?
You know, one of my goals is to start.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, because I know coming up in a few minutes, you're going to be interviewing this fitness.
Stephen Phillips, yeah.
Stephen Phillips, who's, you know, I've seen some of his pictures already, and I'm like, that dude's swole.
He is swole. And a beautiful personality, by the way.
Yeah, great personality. You know, and you know, and I'm going to ask some of these questions too. But you know, a lot of people kind of like, you have this ambition to start.
Yeah.
But then you just don't know how to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
or really having that discipline to get up and do. You know, because I see you get up every morning.
Now I am, but remember, you've known me for a while, and ever since you've known me, I've had some little extra weight on me. Well, at one time I had a lot of extra weight, but I mean, it's going down. But the thing is, going back to what you were saying as far as starting, sometimes when you start thinking about how many times you failed. And for me, I would get started, and then I'd mess up, or I'd eat something I shouldn't, and then I'd get demotivated, you know? And I think what he had talked about is motivation is momentum, you know, or getting something like that. But I don't know, it just seems like that you have to get this mindset that even if you're not getting the results you want, if you know it's good for you, you're gonna have to do that thing. Whether it's for your health and your fitness, whether it's for your business, whatever that thing is that you need to do. Like for me, I gotta, cut the carbs out. I've gotta eat lean proteins. I had to add, and I'm be honest with you guys, because you've seen me go up and down with this food thing as far as I'm not eating meat. I ain't eating no chicken. I ain't eating no fish.
Yeah.
Now, he started me eating chicken again, but that's about 2 years ago.
You know what? When KFC got that new incredible chicken, that is not.
What?
It's some new chicken that's not chicken.
But here's the thing, though. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's what I was eating a lot of. I was eating a lot of fake meats and stuff like that. That stuff is highly processed. So I found that for my body type, I would be better off just eating a piece of grilled chicken, organic, hopefully, or organic salmon, or healthy, wild caught salmon. So those are the things that I'm implementing now. But once again, going back to what you said, was getting started. You know, what advice would you give to people that might be struggling getting started?
I'm struggling getting started. Actually, I would say, and the goal that I'm going to try to start is start trying to make small successes. You know, just having small successes.
Sounds familiar.
If I get up and actually, a guy, Les Brown is one of them that I listen to.
Love Les Brown.
Is encouraging. He always says, if you're going to start anything, start with small goals.
Yeah.
If you're going to work out, don't go up and say, okay, I want to do 500 push-ups or 50 push-ups.
I want to do 500 push-ups.
Right.
Yeah.
He said start with 6.
Yeah.
You know, or 5.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow go up to 6.
Yeah.
Then go up to 7. You know, for me, it's first get up on time. You know, get out the bed. You know, and it sounds really minute. And,
I don't think it sounds minute. I think it sounds...
You know, it's basic information. I'm saying if you have a 6 o'clock wake up time, well, stop hitting snooze.
Yeah.
You know,
that was the hardest thing for me, was to stop hitting the snooze button. So now my alarm goes off at 5 o'clock. I will not stay in my bed past 5:10, 5:15. And then I get up, get ready, and I'm at the gym. Now, usually it's only Tuesdays and Thursdays. I get to the gym by 6. Any other morning, if I get up between 5 and 5:15, then I'm going to do some type of work or something pertaining to my company. Okay. You know, but generally speaking, if I set the alarm for 5, no later than 5:15. If I set the alarm for 6, no later than 6:15.
You know what? That's another question. You got like 2 or 3 things going on in my mind now.
Yeah.
What time do you go to bed?
That's the problem. I'm not going to bed when I should.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I've been trying to go to bed between 10:30 and 11.
Okay.
So,
that's a good time.
Yeah.
You know,
what about you?
I'm a night owl.
Okay.
You know, and because, you know, sometimes when you work for yourself, you're never really working and you're never really off.
Yeah.
So you're always constantly working. So a lot of times my more creative time is at night.
Yeah.
You know, so sometimes I may not go to bed till 2 o'clock. 2 or 3, which
I'm
is
so
not
sorry.
good.
I'll be calling him at 7 o'clock. No wonder you be like...
You like, hey, we got an 8 o'clock meeting. I just went to bed at 4 o'clock, you know, because in the creative production where a lot of times your creative juices are at night.
You know who said that? Taz says that. He says
Taz is our video producer also.
I guess we should let you know.
Right. She just, well, Taz says she just get real.
Yeah.
But no, a lot of producers, a lot of people, we are usually more creative at night. Less stress, less noise in a sense.
Yeah.
However, what you do the day before has a big part of the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like if I'm staying up to 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning and I have my alarm set to get up at 6, well, I'm not getting quality sleep. You know, and I start my taping sometimes at 10, 8 or production day.
Yeah.
And then I realize that I don't have a quality night, of sleep. So I'm looking at the totality in a sense of my life, my business, my ministry, and looking at all of those, because all of that kind of plays into different factors. Like you were saying, you had said something a few minutes ago that made me think about, getting up, starting for one, being intentional.
Well, you actually said that getting started, and the process of getting started.
Make small goals and start.
That's our nugget. For those of you that check out our show, we like to give something to our dreamers and entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Get started. It's not even going to go any deeper than that. Get started. Do something and get started.
And you're going to want to write this thought down, okay?
Yeah.
Think about this, whoever's listening, all right? You don't have to be great to start, but you got to start to be great.
To be great. Oh! I think he's preaching right now. I love that. Speaking of which, because we're sandwiching this all in, something spiritual. A nugget that they could hold on to. I thought that was a good segue. Okay, well, I thought that was a good segue.
Okay, well,
you just preached a sermon.
I got one to do today, and but I'll say this. Social media is so interesting, and me and you talk about it so often. Facebook and the TikToks and all of these things.
That's how you know he over 40. He said the TikToks. Go ahead.
Yeah, the social media platforms, Instagrams and all of that stuff. When you're on those, it's constantly bringing you what you're used to seeing. It feeds into your algorithms in a sense.
Yeah.
So if you're like for me, sometimes I like watching UFC fights. So it always comes up, different little clips of that. Now I also watch a lot of spiritual things.
Yeah.
So that always comes up to my feed.
Yeah.
Life is like that also. What you focus on, what you think about is always coming to you.
Yeah.
Your algorithms in a sense.
Yeah.
So if you're that person that's always having a cloudy, out of focus thought of the day, where you think that it's never going to get better, when you think that woe is me, well, that's what you're bringing.
That's what you're bringing
into your rhythms in a sense.
Well, coming up, that's what we used when I was in marketing and going through sales classes and stuff like that. when we talked about personal development, they would talk about what you think about, you bring about.
Yes. Right.
So what you focus on, you find.
What you focus on, you find. And these, in the biblical aspect, these principles are written out throughout the Bible. You know, what you loose in heaven, you loose on earth.
Ooh.
You know, where it says, you know, first find the kingdom of God.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't say first find some money.
Yeah.
You know, it's once you understand that what you bring into your consciousness, what you focus on, you know, the people that you're around that's always negative, always having a problem, that's what they're always focused on. You know, just like our social media. If that's what you spend your time looking at, that's what's going to keep feeding you. So in the same sense of where you're at right now, change your mind about your business, about your ministry, about whatever you have going on that you want to achieve. Start looking at it as a positive thing. Start looking at the things that you want to see, you know, and that brings you joy. And watch how those things vibrate into you.
That's right.
You know?
Well, you know, it goes back to something we talk about all the time, which is if you change your mind, you'll change your life.
Right. You know,
and you can change it for the better. If you keep focusing on the negative and focus on things that didn't go right, you're going to keep getting what didn't go right.
Right.
You know, and speaking of focusing on stuff, we want you to be able to also focus on finding us. So if you're on social media, look for us at Donnie Jones Live, DONI, Donnie Jones Live. Anywhere, you just pull it up, Instagram, Facebook, all of that. And then you can also find me directly at The Tree Lady on Instagram. You see my little face pop up. But then you can also find Marty.
You can find me at stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Yes.
That's St. Mark Lutheran Church.
Got that website.
Org. Finally, you know, and that's the thing where you just start. You know? And I'll be honest with you, because we got a hot second. This is just a nugget for someone. I never was able to do a website. You know, never. I maybe manipulated one or two. But I said, you know what? I'm going to take a step out and I'm going to just try it. It ain't got to be the best. Like we said, it ain't got to be the greatest. But you got to start. You know, so I just took a leap of faith and I just started, and now it's actually up and it's working, and you can actually find all of my sermons, find out more about me. So that's stmarklutheranchurch.org. But
I wanted you to say that one more time before we close out about the great thing. You don't have to be.
You don't have to understand, because a lot of people want to have everything perfect before they start. They want to be great before they start anything. And a lot of times that bogs you down. Understand, you do not have to be great to start, but you do have to start in order to be great.
I love that. I love that. And we want you to start your day by finding us at Donnie Jones Live. DONI Jones Live. Go to YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. But really, go ahead and subscribe. Subscribe to our channel.
So every time we post, you will be notified.
You'll be notified.
You'll be part of the
family. That's right.
You know?
So, you know, hook up with us. And then also, if you do love podcasts, you can find us on iTunes. You can find us on Spotify.
iHeartRadio.
iHeartRadio.
You be popping up somewhere everywhere.
Dude,
you be sending me a link like, we on that too? Well, wow, I got to make sure I don't talk about those people.
No,
in that city.
But here's the thing though, guys. We want to connect with you. We want you to share this content. We can't do it without you. And we've been so blessed to be able to grow. And it's because of people like you. So thank you for checking out our show. I'm Donnie the Tree Lady.
And I am that guy, Marty McFly.
And we will be right back.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Hey guys, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. Check out Don's Tree Service online or at www.donstree.com.
Don's Tree Service.
May the peace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you. I am Marty Ringer, pastor of St. Mark Lutheran Church in East Point, Georgia. Now, right now, we're not worshiping in person, of course, because of the virus and everything. But I still want to invite you to worship with us. But you could just be on the safe side. Let's do it online. Log on to stmarklutheranchurch.org. That's stmarklutheranchurch.org. And we can worship together there because all of our services are right there online on our website. So I encourage you to go there, find out more about St. Mark Lutheran Church, the Lutheran Church, find out about me, and worship with us. The website is stmarklutheranchurch.org.
Hi, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Donnie Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DonnieJonesLive.com.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Hey, welcome to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, hanging out with that guy, Marty McFly, who's actually on the other side right now. And we are bringing you an amazing show today with a wonderful guest that I've gotten a chance to know over the last couple months because, as you all know, if you've been following me on YouTube, I am in a transition right now. And we've been talking about little teeny weeny about COVID. We've been talking about health and we've been talking about nutrition. Well, I ran into a gentleman that is changing people's lives on a daily basis. And since I've been working with him, I've seen my body transform. In fact, the jeans that I've got on right now are a little smaller because of this gentleman. And so I wanted you guys to hear his story. And the reason why I wanted to hear his story, because I think some of us think that we don't have a voice or we can't make a difference because our story is not grand enough or big enough. Well, this gentleman is making a difference on a daily basis just by using his God-given talents to help people transform their lives. And I just thought it'd be great for you guys to get a chance to meet him. And I am talking about Mr. Stephen Phillips.
Hello.
Yay. How are you doing?
I am well.
And thank you for being on the show. We really appreciate it.
This is an amazing experience, and I am excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. We always start the show with a little bit of a, hey, a little toast. For those of you on TV, on radio, you can't really see that, but that's okay. So, Stephen, once again, I'm excited about you being on the show because of your story. But for those of you that for the people that don't know them, that don't know you, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Oh man, my story. So I've been here in Atlanta for about almost 15 years. Never thought I'd live in the South. You know? Interestingly enough, my family kind of started in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
So my mom is the oldest of 10 children. All right. So I'm an only child, of course.
She was like, we ain't doing that.
So I'm an only child. I grew up in New Jersey. My father also was from Georgia, so happily married for many, many years. Lost him just a few years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But grew up in New Jersey, went to school down in Virginia, found my way down here to Georgia. Have been training for almost 20 years. My goodness, that puts some age on me. Almost 20 years.
Well, you know what? If you go to YouTube and see us on Donnie Jones Live, DONI Jones Live, and you see him, you're not going to believe he's been doing anything for 20 years because he does not look it. So maybe that's because you are a trainer.
I think that's part of it. I think that is part of the formula is staying active. You feel young, you feel vibrant, and I do think that shows up in your body.
Well, how did you get into the training industry? And once again, he is a personal trainer, but he's also a fitness person. Is it okay to say that you're a fitness person at Lifetime
Yes,
Fitness?
of course,
and that's actually where I met him. So shout out to Lifetime Fitness for introducing me to Stephen at 6 o'clock in the morning. But how did you get into this industry?
Interesting. So after graduation, when I went to college, I was the first one. It's probably the second one in my family. I mentioned my mom from a big family, my mom at least. Was the second one to go right to college after high school.
Oh, wow.
So there wasn't a whole lot of heritage of, this is the plan after high school, what you do. So when I went to college, my goal was to get a degree.
Gotcha.
I got my degree.
Oh, okay.
Now what?
Yeah. What did you wind up getting your degree in?
Majored in psychology, minor in business, minor in sociology.
Okay. I can definitely see the psychology because you be getting people going in classes and you can see when people are ready to break down and you'll say a few words and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go again. But how did you wind up in this field where you're at right now?
I had a good friend in college who went to school for health and nutrition.
Okay.
We lived in the DC area, and she said, Stephen, I really think you might be good at this.
Yeah.
And after about 2.5 years of flopping around the professional world in a cubicle, I said, this just isn't in alignment with who I am.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and listen to my friend, her name was Monica, listen to Monica and see what's out there.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I, studied and got my first certification.
Yeah.
Told my job at the Patent and Trademark Office, I said, I'll give you my 2 weeks and just started at Balance Total Fitness. Yeah, that was my first start.
I want to pause right there because there are a lot of people, especially with what's going on in the world right now, that are in a career that maybe it's not where they want to be or it's not their thing. It's not who they are, as you say. What would you say to somebody that's in that little transition right now to take that leap? Because you took a leap into something you weren't necessarily trained in, but you got the training.
It was a big leap because it went from, okay, here is your salaried job, 10 holidays a year, your little bump and raise every year, no matter almost how you perform, to commission.
Yeah.
You know, it was a big jump. My parents were not used to that. That's not the kind of job and lifestyle that they grew up with, nor their parents. So it was a big leap.
Yeah.
I would say this. Being true to yourself is number one.
Yeah.
And if you don't feel like you're being true to yourself and you're giving it a best effort. Yeah. You're giving something your A+ effort and you're like, this just isn't in alignment with who I am right now. You're gonna find a way to make it work. It might be hard at first, because it was hard.
That's right.
But you're gonna find a way to make it work.
Yeah. Well, it's something you said in class, because he puts it on you, y'all. He does put it on in class. But I remember we were like halfway through the class and you could tell that it was getting a little tough for some of us. And you said, listen, you said it's difficult, but it's worth it or something like that. It's worth it. Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of things, I feel like there is value in challenge.
Yeah.
When things come easy, we don't always value them as much. We might appreciate it.
Yeah.
But when you work hard for something, it's up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's up there. You're like, man, I feel so good about that. I worked so hard for that.
Yeah.
Who says, I didn't work hard for that, I feel great about that?
Nobody.
No, it's like, I worked so hard for that. So there's a value in challenge.
Yeah. So for those of you that have seen me, you've seen me kind of document this on YouTube, but it's been an up and down process. But I've realized that the harder I work, there is no, I tried just do the minimal amount. Hopefully you can try to, do a little bit of work here, a little bit of work there, and you'll get results. And I wasn't getting results. So what would you say to somebody that's a little afraid of the hard work part? Whether it comes to life or fitness.
If you're afraid of the hard work, the hard work is where your success lives.
Oh my gosh.
That's where the hard work is. The hard work is where the success lives. So when you're afraid of the hard work, you're afraid of succeeding, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking to myself as I speak to you this. Because if you succeed, the question is, I don't want to disappoint myself, Am I going to be able to maintain this? What's next? Am I going to be expected to do more?
Absolutely.
Asking all these questions before they need an answer. We're getting too far ahead. So that hard work is where success lives, and it's really a fear. I believe it's a fear of success, because that's where the hard.
That's exactly what it is. It's fear of success. But you just said something so powerful. Hard work is where success lives, and I know there's a lot of people right now that we're coming out of this season and we're getting into this year that have made a commitment, and they're finding that it's hard. Why is it important, in your opinion, to get through that hard part? Now, we're talking mostly about health and nutrition, but that also applies to business. In your industry, being health and nutrition and fitness, why is it important for people to jump over those hurdles?
See, the success is the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
That's the part that's shiny. It gets all the sunshine. That's what we see.
Yeah.
You know, but under that surface, that hard work, it exists everywhere. We may not always see it.
Yeah.
You know, so just because we see it somewhere else doesn't mean that that hard work isn't part of the process. I think when you look around and understand that everything that you see that you either admire or you think is beautiful, that wasn't a first try.
Right, absolutely.
That wasn't a first go.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
This interview is going to be edited.
Yeah.
It's going to look beautiful. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be wrapped and packaged just right.
Yeah.
But there was some work that went into it.
There's work that went into it. Yeah.
There's work that went into it. I tell my kids when they watch those videos.
Give a shout out to Marty and Will and Taz.
I tell my kids when they watch the videos on YouTube of someone creating art.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, did you see that little squiggle they did or that little sound bite that was thrown in there?
Yeah.
You're watching this, you're enjoying it, and it's beautiful. But do you know how much hard work into
goes
this?
into that, yeah.
And look how much you enjoy it.
That's right.
Look how much they're enjoying it. It's worth it.
Well, you know what? I think you're not just a trainer, but I feel like you're a motivational speaker too. I think there's our pastor, or I don't know, there's something else in there. I'm telling you. For those of you that are listening or just catching up to us, we're listening to Stephen Phillips right now. We're talking with Stephen Phillips with Wingspan Life Sports. Tell us about Wingspan Life Sports.
Well, first, let's talk about the name.
Yes.
I wanted to find a unique name that fits my philosophy when it came to improving ourselves through health and fitness.
Well, you're also tall and you got a long wingspan.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts. You know, I've always had long arms even from my height.
Okay.
You know, and just recently, even though my dad was a tall one, I realized I got my long arms from my mom. So I was like,
okay.
you got long arms too.
Yeah.
But here's the philosophy. If you open your arms.
Okay, I'm opening my arms.
And if you were to do that, you don't have to stand up, but if you were to stand up, and you made a circle, just did a 360.
Okay.
That circle that you create is all the space that you need to put together an efficient workout to change your life.
What?
You don't need a lot of space.
Then why you be moving us all? No, I'm just kidding.
You don't need a lot of space. You just need enough space to just be your circle. Put a mat down, body weight, dumbbells, doesn't matter. So the idea of the wingspan is use your wingspan, make a circle. People say, I can't work, I don't have enough space, I don't have the equipment. You don't need that.
Dude, so but you know what, now that I think about it, we do work in a certain area, whether it's at Shred or Tabata. You have us in one area, but it doesn't feel like it.
It doesn't feel like it. And that becomes your home.
That's right.
That becomes your space.
We're going to take a quick break. But before we go to break, how can people get in contact with you if they want more information?
Well, Wingspan is spelled with 3 A's.
Okay.
All right, which also my other little tagline is 3 A's stand for always an athlete. We can talk about that later. Okay. But so anything Wingspan, you can't find a Wingspan with 3 A's online without finding me.
That's right.
So whether it's Instagram at Wingspan, if it's Facebook, it's Wingspan Life Sports, but the 3 A's are going to be the key.
Awesome. Well, we're going to take a quick break and come back with Stephen Phillips with Wingspan Life Sport, and we're going to talk a little bit more about fitness, but I got a feeling we're going to get into some more talk about success in life. You're listening to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, and we will be right back.
Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live. Donnie Jones Live.
Hey guys, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. Check out Don's Tree Service online or at www.donstree.com.
Don's Tree Service.
Hey, this is Marty McFly. Now, if you listen to the show, there's not a secret. I'm a minister. I'm actually a pastor of a church, a wonderful church in East Point, Georgia, called St. Mark Lutheran Church. And what I want to do is invite you to one of our services, or any of our services. See, our service is online, on YouTube, and it's free. You ain't got to pay for it. You ain't even got to do offering. But I invite you to share with me in worship, and just check it out. If you like it, subscribe. And you can actually send me a message or a question. But it's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer. You can actually log on right now and have church with me. That's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer.
Hi, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service and author of my book, From Failure to Fabulous. From Failure to Fabulous is my story about taking my life from being an abject failure to building a fabulous life that I absolutely love. And I'm hoping that you'll take the time to check out my book, From Failure to Fabulous.
Get your copy of this inspiring book by Donnie Jones, entitled From Failure to Fabulous, available now on Amazon and DonnieJonesLive.com.
It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live. It's Donnie Jones Live, Donnie Jones Live.
Welcome back to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, hanging out with that guy, Marty McFly. And on our show today, we've got Stephen Phillips with Wingspan Life Sports. Now, before we went to break, you were going to talk a little bit more about Wingspan Life Sports, and I guess your philosophy or where the concept came from.
The concept came from, I'm an in-home personal trainer primarily, I meet outside with people, but that's kind of where things started. Going to people in their comfortable space, making it convenient for them. And they said, well, I don't have a lot of equipment. You don't need a lot of equipment. So that's where the idea of Wingspan came from. All you need is a little bit of space to work. All you need is this much space, make a circle. That's how we can make it.
Okay.
I mentioned that, the 3 A's is always an athlete.
Now explain that. Because when you say that we're athletes, because in class, he'll call us athletes, and I'm like, yeah, I'm an athlete, which I'm not there yet, but I feel like I'm one on the inside when you say that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have the same stresses on our body as athletes.
Okay.
Maybe their intensity is a bit more playing a specific sport, but guess what? They're going to sprain their ankle just like you sprain your ankle. They're going to tear the ACL just like you tear your ACL. They're going to have a knee issue and a limp just like you might have a knee or ankle or hip issue and a limp. And so we oftentimes try to brush it off as I'm not fit or I'm not old or I'm too old or this is just what's happened to my body right now. It's like, look, get to a professional sports game at any level. Get to a game early. Watch what these athletes do. They stretch. They warm up. After the game, we don't see it. I'm not suggesting you do it. I'm not suggesting I do it either. They get in an ice bath.
Okay. I can't deal with cold water. I tried this morning to do the cold shower. I finished my workout. I was like, you know what? I know the athletes do this, so I flipped it all the way to cold. And I can't do this.
It's tough.
I can't do this.
It's tough.
But I know it's more mental because I listened to Andy Frisella, or I think it's Andy, something Frisella, he's an Italian dude. And he talks about you have to do the cold plunge, right? Because it's something about retraining your psychology to make your body do what you say do. So
I've been doing my last minute of my shower. I can count on one hand how many times in the past year and a half I have not taken a cold last minute of my shower. So no, I'm not doing a cold plunge.
But your last minute is cold?
The last minute. Yeah, just the last minute. I'll slowly turn it down.
Okay.
And so it takes practice.
Okay.
But it does feel different.
Okay.
Feel better. But that's just one way to recover. Okay. Athletes recover. We have the same access to that. We can do the cold shower. We can stretch.
Yeah.
We're athletes.
Yeah.
Let's treat our bodies like athletes treat their bodies. We want our body to perform at a high level, just like an athlete.
Yes.
We got to treat it the same way.
Well, for the fellow athletes that are out there, that do not quite look like athletes now, let's get practical. What are some things that people can do right now? Keeping in mind that, obviously we're sitting here doing an interview, and obviously for the podcast, this will just be audio. If you can kind of help people visualize certain things that they can do now to start getting fit.
Number one, a lot of people these days are working from home.
Yeah.
Set a timer. Stand up every 15 minutes.
Okay.
Just stand up. Walk around the room. Throw your arms in the air, reach for the ceiling. Okay. Just to kind of get that blood flow. Okay. Going. Sometimes before you know it, you might be sitting down for a few hours and you get up and you're like, oh my God. Because your body's getting stiff. You're losing that mobility. So something that simple. If you got up every 15 minutes and you work an 8-hour day, you're on your feet a lot. Yeah.
Now, once they get up, how long should they be moving around? I mean, just get up and stretch, or get up and do a workout or a mini workout or what?
No workout. You just did a squat right there.
Yeah. Okay.
You stood up.
That is a squat.
A little stretch. You sat back down.
Yeah.
Again, you do that 3-4 times an hour over X number of hours.
Yeah.
Can I just ask a question real quick?
Yes.
And I know this, Marty, I'm just kind of chiming in because I got a whole lot of big people in my church. And they get up and they sit down often in church. Is that like a form of exercise if I just have them up and down and up and just curious? Because, you know, a lot of us, we take the easy way out of trying to, because I like that little routine of just stand up and sit down. You know, but
This is why we have
I was going to be silent, but I'm just curious because I got a lot of big people in my church.
That's definitely exercise. That is definitely.
I don't know about that.
And you said about something about people not looking like athletes. I would ask you the question. What does an athlete look like?
Well, I know they ain't in my church.
You?
No, I look athletic.
Okay.
But athletes come in all different shapes and sizes.
Okay.
You know, just because someone might not fit the LeBron James or the whatever person you want to think of that you think of when you say athlete, that person can be quick on their feet. They can have great flexibility. They can have a strong core.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, there's people pushing 250, 300 pounds at 5'2". That's not healthy.
Well, it depends on what game they playing.
Yep.
If they're a sumo wrestler, you know, I got some of those in my church too, and they're athletic.
Sumo wrestlers in your church.
Well, I got people that can be sumo wrestlers in my church. I feel like they're athletic in their own little way.
Oh, but no, I get your point. You're right. Now you could be at an unhealthy weight.
Yes.
This is true. That's true. Those are, I would say it's a little bit of a fork in the conversation, you know. You could be at an unhealthy weight but still be athletic.
Yes,
you're right. We see with professional athletes.
Absolutely, that's true.
You know, so that's true as well. But I like to try to find that common space because oftentimes if many people I've run across over the years that don't look athletic, don't consider themselves as athletes, don't consider themselves as someone who can get stronger, don't consider themselves as someone who can succeed at putting this effort into it. So that's why I kind of come down to the starting point.
Okay, and that's how you got my attention. That is how you got my attention. But I want to shift gears a little bit. I spoke to you after class one day, and I heard your story, and I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. And you would use the term, well, you know, it's just a boring story. And I see a black man that is successful, that's happily married, has amazing kids, and is good at his job, and has a thriving career. But you didn't go through a lot of the trauma that some people have been through. Can you talk a little bit about your success journey? Because I think more people need to see you don't have to get mud on your face in order to, you know, in order to achieve success. It doesn't have to be a rags to riches. It can be that nice, steady climb.
Yes. You know, like I had a very stable upbringing. Large family, 2 strong parents in the home. So that was helpful. Don't get me wrong. But I do still believe over the years, I was able to see people that I admired and said, what can I learn from this person? What can I learn from this person? And putting bits and pieces together, asking questions about why they did this or how they end up doing that. I think anyone and everyone can do that.
But do you think that's why you didn't go through some of the hell that a lot of business people go through, is because you were willing to step back and go, listen, I want to do this, but I also don't want to make every stupid mistake in the world, like I did. Do you think that your ability to do that is why you haven't hit rock bottom like so many people have when they're in their success climb?
That's a good question.
That's why I do what I do.
I know. I don't know if I don't think I've hit rock bottom, but there have been some challenges. There's been a lot of ups and downs. It was a slow climb for a long time. Figuring out the business. Figuring out, it's not just about helping people get fit. It's about asking them for the sale.
Absolutely.
You know?
That is so huge.
You know, like I'm not a salesperson by sale as a salesperson. I can probably sell something I believe in. You know, but learning the business side of your passion was a challenge. That's a challenge. Understanding that if you believe in your service or your product, and the other person that you're presenting to can believe in that service and the product, there is value there.
There is definitely value.
There is a value that you're providing something that's valuable to that person, and potentially life-changing.
Absolutely.
And as someone who was young and getting my finances together when I made that transition shift, understanding I can't put my financial situation on them. Right. And treat them. Right. No, their value is in the service. Right. I'm like, man, this is...
But you, oh, wow. I love this. We're gonna have to do this again, because I do love the fact that you have a story where you didn't have to get your face all bloody to become successful. Mm-hmm. If there was one nugget of wisdom that you could give the listener right now before we wrap up, what wisdom would you share with them so that they don't have to hit rock bottom to become successful?
Okay. Ask for help.
Oh, that's so good.
Ask for help.
Yeah.
No one got anywhere without getting help in some form or fashion. Now,
so since I can't balance a checkbook, ask for help. No, I'm just kidding.
Ask for help, because people...
I can now, but...
This is my experience. I've learned that people enjoy helping people that are seeking help and are working hard.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People, there's something about being a part, even if the small, not by taking credit, but just knowing that I helped push the world forward.
Yeah.
In this person.
Absolutely. I love that.
Ask for help. You're not supposed to know how to do everything.
Oh, that's so key. That is so key. Because a lot of times when we do get on a journey, we get stopped by the fact that we don't know something. And nowadays, asking for help could be asking that person that's already ahead of you, or it could be Google. It could be a YouTube video. It could be a book. It could be anybody that's in the field that you want to become successful in. Once again, how can people get in contact with you?
You can find me on Facebook at Wingspan Life Sports. Again, Wingspan with 3 A's. You can find me on Instagram at Wingspan. I believe I'm even on Twitter out there. Again, if you put Wingspan with 3 A's, you're going to find Stephen Phillips in Wingspan Life Sports.
Now, what's next for Stephen Phillips? What's your goal now? What's your focus now that you want to share with people?
Is to help more people.
Gotcha.
Help more people. I love the in-person. I love this dynamic. There's nothing quite like being in front of somebody.
Yeah.
But you can only access so many people that way. Mm-hmm. So we're in that stage where it's about time to go virtual.
Yes.
Virtual. Online classes, online consultations, online nuggets.
Yeah. So they'll be able to find all of that whenever they look up Wingspan. You'll be I'm assuming,
yes, you're going to be part of the seed is planted.
Okay.
And yes, it's starting to grow.
The seed is planted. It's starting to grow.
Yes.
That's right. Well, that's right up my alley, because I'm in the tree care industry. But I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show. We really appreciate it. And I'm serious, I would love to talk with you again, especially once you get some of your programs going on with your virtual and in helping your clients and putting some of your programs together. So thank you for coming on the show.
It's too much fun.
Really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Once again, you're listening to Donnie Jones Live. I am Donnie the Tree Lady, hanging out with that guy.
Marty McFly. Yeah, I'm just over here in the closet because I'm doing my 6 feet separation.
Once again, thank you for joining. I am Donnie the Tree Lady. We will see you next week. And once again, thanks for checking out Donnie Jones Live. Have a great week. Hey guys, I'm Donnie the Tree Lady, owner of Don's Tree Service. We are an Atlanta-based tree service serving all of Metro Atlanta. And you know what? We proudly serve the underserved. And not only that, when we cut down your trees, we don't charge extra for cleaning up. So give us a call at 770-413-8733. That's 770-413-TREE. Check out Don's Tree Service online or at www.donstree.com.
Don's Tree Service.
Hey, this is Marty McFly. Now, if you listen to the show, there's not a secret I'm a minister. I'm actually a pastor of a church, a wonderful church in East Point, Georgia, called St. Mark Lutheran Church. And what I want to do is invite you to one of our services or any of our services. See, our service is online on YouTube, and it's free. You ain't got to pay for it. You ain't even got to do offering. But I invite you to share with me in worship, and just check it out. If you like it, subscribe. And you can actually send me a message or a question. But it's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer. You can actually log on right now and have church with me. That's St. Mark Lutheran Church with Minister Marty Ringer.